Hello, everybody. I'm Tyler Ellison, and today I want to talk to you guys about water, something we all love and drink and consume every day of our lives. So, what is it about water? I mean, why can't we get enough of this stuff? What is it that makes it so great? So, number one, obviously needed to survive. Number two, we need enough of it every day to make sure our body remains primed and ready to be able to perform all of its physiological functions to a T. When people don't have enough water, they actually become susceptible to all types of different problems, all types of physiological dysfunction. But most interestingly enough, lack of water in the system can actually have a huge influence on a person's perception and a person's mood. And there's a lot of practitioners out there that are actually speculating that majority of people right now are suffering from daily dehydration from just years and years and years of not consuming water. So realistically, I just want to let you all know, drinking 8 ounces of water a day, sorry, not 8 ounces of water, 32 to 64 to even more, I would honestly, I probably drink over a gallon of water every day. I was drinking 2 gallons at one point. That's kind of intense. But realistically, we're all not really drinking as much water as necessary. So the easiest thing you can do for your health is literally just start hydrating yourself all over again. Just every day, just drink water. Try just to cut other things out and see what happens. You'll probably notice you feel a hell of a lot better. I know I did when I first started consuming more and more water. The level of mental clarity I experienced was eye-opening. I had never felt that mentally clear in my whole life. And I realized, I was like, wow, I literally just doubled my daily intake of water. I have never felt this good. So it's something critically important that I think we all can really do. And it would just be super easy, just a super way to feel better, like all the time. Mm. So there's a lot of different variety of water that exists right now, and not all water is really created with the same purity. Now, I want to just talk about some of the primary types of water. There's a lot of different kinds out there. Typically, people, when they think of water, they think of water from the tap, they think of spring water, and other than that, really, there's a new type of water that's coming out. Well, it's been out for a long time, but it's becoming commercially popular in terms of what people can buy, and that's distilled water. And of course, there's other distillation or purification systems out there, but these are really, what we get. We have distilled water, we have spring water, and we have tap water. We have those three right there. So myself, I personally drink distilled water. Now, the reason I drink distilled water is distilled water has been purified to such an extent that there is almost no particulate, almost no dissolved solids in the water. Almost everything has been removed to the greatest amount that it could possibly be removed. I mean, when I say that, what's been removed is things like chloride, sodium, fluoride, even radiation, trace pharmaceuticals, um, all types of stuff, pesticides, herbicides, things that literally just make their way into the tap water. And these are things that literally are in tap water. All of the things I have just listed are actually in the water that comes out of your faucet every single day. So when we look at it that way, when we're drinking water from the tap, we're not actually drinking H2O. We're not drinking water, really. We're drinking a chemical solution, is really what we're drinking every single day. We are drinking H2O with sodium fluoride, with chloride, with trace pharmaceutical drugs, and in some cases bacteria, in some cases parasites, in some cases whatever sort of things are happening in the pipes that make their way to you. So on a daily basis, we're literally consuming all of that type of stuff if we're drinking water from the tap. Distilled water has taken all of those things and removed it. And it does this in a very special way. Distilled water literally heats the water. It'll, let's say you have a water distiller. It's a big unit. And you pour into that water distiller maybe about a gallon and a half of water. The distiller is going to boil that water, and as it boils, steam is going to be produced, and the water distiller actually has a part of it that allows for the condensation of that steam to collect, and that condensation begins to flow, and it will flow into a big collection jar. So you're literally drinking water that's pretty close to naturally occurring water, straight from atmosphere, going right from gas to liquid, straight from water vapor, steam to pure water with literally almost nothing in it. This water obviously isn't free 100% from everything, but realistically, it's as pure as water can really be. So that's what I drink on a daily basis. And I've never felt better. I haven't drank in tap water in a very, 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 very long time. Um, Now, there are concerns that many people voice when they talk about distilled water or when they think about it. Number one, there's a lot of rumors out there that it removes nutrients from the body because it's so pure. It absorbs the nutrients because there's nothing in the water. There's other rumors out there that there's all types of stuff, really. There's a lot of information that I feel is misinformation. And the reason I say that is because I've been drinking only distilled water since October. And as soon as I started drinking it, I felt a difference. I was like, what the heck? I feel like way good. Like I felt like insanely amazing. So there is positive research out there about distilled water. There's not much because there haven't really been scientific studies on it. However, if you look into health researchers and health practitioners, particularly Paul C. Bragg, the positive benefits of distilled water are out there and suggested by people that really understand how beneficial it is for a person. Now, the other type of water I want to talk about, and this actually I want to develop more experience with because I think it's really amazing, and that is pure spring water. Now, we can buy spring water from the store in a bottle. If it's glass, that's a great thing. I mean, if you're drinking spring water from Poland Springs or from any really plastic water bottle, not only do you risk having the chemicals used to construct the water bottle, such as BPA or whatever else they use, leaching into the water, but a lot of bottled water companies are actually over pumping and causing droughts and in areas where they are pumping. And they're even over pumping in times of droughts in those areas. And there's not really much legal restriction put on them yet. So spring water and bottled water, for example, does have those factors. There is a domino effect that happens when a person buys bottled water. It supports a system that exists, and it's supporting a system that's not sustainable and really can't it really can't allow for mankind to have water in the future. It's gotten to that point, really. If you look up California right now and what they're going through, there's actually water droughts in Poland Spring. Nestle is still continuously draining water, and the people in I think it's Sacramento, I believe, the people there are like going to their town halls and saying like, are you gonna stop these guys? Like, we have restrictions put on how much water we can use, yet this major corporation is able to continuously drain this water and then sell it back to us. So that's what's happening with bottled water. So I'm going to move towards spring water now. Now, spring water at the source is very different from the spring water we're typically used to consuming, in plastic water bottles. Spring water at the source is literally like wild crafted water. It's wild water, really, and it has a level of purity and connection with nature that it's almost rare to see it occur in other areas. So spring water, it's created right at the source, right at the spring, and it's created at temperatures that are so cold that it makes it super, super, super hard for bacteria to really exist and grow there. I mean, of course, you're going to have some bacteria, but the colder the spring is, the less bacteria you're really going to come into. And from what I understand, spring water has an intelligence, a consciousness, and an existence of its own that other water really, really, really doesn't compare to in terms of that purity and that closeness and that connection to nature. So I would just encourage anybody out there to really go and experiment with the water that the planet is creating, that mankind is evolving with and has evolved with, and you can really understand the water that some of our tap water even comes from. This is the water before it's medicated, if you will, with chemicals and stuff. So I would encourage people to look into this. There's a lot of natural springs out there. So go find them. You can obviously collect. It's super safe for the most part, and people do it. People that's some for some people that's the only water they actually drink. So that is really my spiel on water. Drink more. You'll probably see a whole lot of health ailments go away. Because a lot of our health ailments are just literally the exaggerated results of prolonged dehydration. If you end the dehydration and begin to restore your body, you will literally just see certain problems you've been having for a while most likely go away. To be honest with you, um, so I hope you guys had a great time watching. Well, regardless, I had fun telling all of you guys about water. I hope you all enjoy your evenings and stay thirsty, my friends.